want to talk about loss and changing how we react to loss. So there are many people have experienced loss. It could be the loss of a loved one, a spouse, a family, a parent, a child. It could be a loss of opportunities. It could be severe financial losses. It could be loss of health. So people could have, it could be loss of a limb. So people have been involved in accidents and they've probably become disabled. They've lost one or two limbs, or they become completely paralyzed. So there's something. And what happens is that usually when people begin to approach that day, that particular day when that thing happened, so you lost your partner, for instance, on the 5th of April of a certain year. Whenever the 5th of April starts approaching, we find that a lot of people begin to have a lot of emotional upsets. They break down. Some people begin to have abnormal behaviors. Some people may have severe depression, psychotic episodes. A lot of things could happen towards as people begin to approach those anniversaries or dates that remind them of that severe loss. Now, if you're someone who, whenever that date is approaching, you find yourself breaking down extremely, you're crying all the time, you lose appetite for things, for food, you lose interest in things that would normally give you pleasure, or you start thinking of unaliving yourself. I know it's very difficult, but one thing you might need to try is tell yourself when next that particular period is approaching, tell yourself, this time around, I'm not going to break down. And that's where the idea of mindfulness comes in, being able to, where we begin to become more aware of how our minds react to loss or how our minds react to trauma. And then we now begin to tell ourselves that, okay, you know what, last year I broke down towards this particular date as this day was approaching. This year I'll try not to break down. It's not going to be easy, but mindfulness is all about bringing the things that happen within us to the surface, so we are now more conscious and we are now more in control of how we react to those stressful experiences. So this is just me trying to motivate someone and bring it to someone's consciousness that yes, this year you broke down, but next year try to see if it's possible for you to talk to yourself and say, I'm not going to break down this year. And I tell you, you're going to feel so proud of yourself when that date passes and you realize that you didn't actually break down. Yes, you might feel sad, sorrowful, but you might not crumble to the point where you crumbled last year. For everyone who has experienced severe loss, my heart goes out to you. And I can't say exactly that I understand what you feel. Well, the essence of this video is for me to motivate you and encourage you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and for you to realize that despite the loss you've gone through, there's still reason to stay hopeful, because there's still